We're after school special theater, and this is Q and Ass.
And Tori, take 4.
Hi, I'm Anna from After School Special Theater.
And I'm Tori from After School Special Theater.
Name a time where you've laughed the hardest in a behind the scenes or rehearsal space that we've been in.
There was one time we were doing a Grandma and Dick Hawk show. It was before the show. We were preparing to put the chairs out, and there was like a argument of how many chairs we should put out because we didn't know how many people were actually going to show up, you know. And you know, granted it could be 5 people to 1,000. I was wearing an adult diaper that had been filled with poop. Not real, like we had like made fake poop. Stuffed it, so there was like, I had like a lot of stuffing come out my ass and like a fupa. I don't think we put any fake pubes this time.
No, this time we didn't have a wig.
And Gabby was wearing a Grim Reaper hood with like trousers underneath and some hot sneakers. And there was a sound guy there who was kind of cute, and we're like trying to figure out how many chairs we should be putting out. And
we've all recently broken up with the people we were seeing before this.
And then Gabby's just like, it's weird because like none of us have like a boyfriend. Like we're all single. Like I wonder who is coming to the show. Like if we're still gonna have an audience here, you know? I was upset because I didn't want this person to know that people were possibly not gonna come. So I was like I get very frantic before a show. No, it doesn't matter either way. Like we're gonna have people there. Like don't worry. Like it's great. And then she just kept being like, yeah, but like, you know, we're all like single.
I kept trying to silence you.
And she just wouldn't stop. And me and Anna just kept being like, I don't know, Gabby, it's fine. And she just kept being like, yeah, but you know, like we don't have anyone in our lives right now.
Anyway, the turnout for that show was good. Okay, my second question is, if you could explain to me if you still have a crush on Mr. Tumnus from the Chronicles of Narnia.
I never had a crush on Mr. Tumnus.
That's not true. Straight up lie.
Okay, maybe like I was like, what, when did that come out? Like I was like 10 years old in the movie theater, and I don't know, he was looking kind of cute.
But why?
His confidence, his humor. He was a little furry on the bottom. You know, you see, it was a fleeting moment of intimacy that is over.
What is the first play that you can remember that like sparked something in you that made you very excited, or even maybe one that you really hated?
Oh, I know. Okay. I went to see a play. We were in Young Playwrights. They took us to this play. I don't remember the name now. Julia Jarco's play.
Grimly Handsome.
Grimly Handsome. Okay. So I was probably like 13-ish. We went to this really cool theater around St. Mark's, the coolest area in the fucking New York City. And it was in an old church, so you know I fucking love that shit. It started off and it was like these 2 men who sell Christmas trees. One of them kills this woman, and then the next part goes into like the police officers trying to solve the crime. And then the next part cuts to the rats of New York City. And it was so fucking cool, and I think about it all the time in terms of like the way like the structure changed and how like it just like shifted. I don't know, it was so cool. It was like one of the coolest things I've ever saw, and it was like written really well, and it was really creepy and unsettling.
That's funny because my first play that I ever really liked also had rats in it.
Yeah.
It was the Sarah Kane.
You like rats?
What was that Sarah Kane play called? It was Cleansed.
Cleansed, yeah.
What's your most embarrassing moment from college?
Okay, the one I'm gonna say is we're freshman year. It was advising week.
Yes!
I was wearing a dress. Okay, first of all, I have IBS. Letting the cat out of the bag. I have irritable bowels.
But at the time you didn't know it.
I didn't know it yet, yeah, so who could blame me? So I was first up to meet the advisor, and I was already nervous because I was like, oh my god, what's this whole college thing about, you know? Am I gonna learn anything? And she was like, okay, like, so what classes are you interested in taking? And right at the moment that happened, I let out a big old fart, and the building we were in echoed, and it felt like a very large, like felt like an enormous sound that came out of my ass.
And Chloe and I were sitting in the hall.
So I heard them laughing.
And we started laughing, and the door was open, so you guys could both hear us laughing.
And then I was like, I have to distract her from this moment. It was like this. It was like, so what classes are you interested in taking? Like, Intro to biology. Any run classes you have here? A sculpture would be great. I don't know. I haven't really taken that many math classes. I just would like to learn a lot more, and I just like kind of started listening classes.
None of which you actually wanted.
No, and I didn't realize how advising week worked, so I thought that meant that every class that I had told her I was interested in that I would then have to take just because I farted.
Me and you have been known to play a few pranks. I was wondering what your favorite prank that the two of us have ever pulled is.
Can I say?
No, not that one.
Aw, man, really?
Okay, fine. But don't talk about
That's
our meanest one. Okay.
Maybe that's not funny. Okay, I will say the one. My all-time favorite prank was we would prank Chloe a lot. She had a lot of work to do, and she was very stressed out. And me and Anna, being like the really great, easygoing friends that she has, thought it'd be really funny if we just taped every single object to her desk down. So she obviously was really happy to come back in her room and see that everything on her desk has been taped down just by a couple strips of Scotch tape. So it was like just enough tape to like have to like
peel everything off.
Be annoyed, but it wasn't like, oh, we covered like things aren't like, it just is like one little piece. I also one time thought it was funny to go behind Chloe with a belt one time to scare her.
No. I once sprayed her face with perfume.
Jesus Christ.
When we were in the 8th grade.
Why is she still friends with us?
Oh man, we're lucky.
Thank you
So I
for
think that wraps it
asking
up.
me questions.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You turn this way.